Hello, 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 hello. You know what? For once, we're gonna start a little bit early because y'all know it's way past my bedtime. I did not know this week's episode was gonna be so long, or I would have scheduled this live for tomorrow. But I just wanted to say thank y'all who is sticking it out with me. Hopefully more people join. But I want to talk about tonight's episode because tonight is actually one of my favorite episodes personally. I really, really adored this episode. And it's so ironic because I was literally just telling one of my friends who was visiting, like, I'm over love. I'm over trying to date. I just don't believe in it anymore. And then I watched this episode and it reminds me, like, maybe we just need like a little zombie apocalypse in order for me to have faith again. I don't know. But I do want to get everyone's comments. Like, what did everyone think about this week's episode? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Let me know. So, Rel, why were you disappointed with this episode? Tell me. Spill the deets. KO, I really enjoyed it. Hey, Miss Pink and Blue. Hi, Super Typist. Thank you. I still love you too, Calvin. Ooh, look at them waves still swimming. Hey, Maria. Pain. Like, are you in pain? Like, my heart still broke, okay? My heart still broke. Yes, I thought it was beautifully filmed. You thought it was giving Walking Dead? Like, did we really be getting love? I don't think we were getting, like, love like that. I don't think we were getting love like that in The Walking Dead. Courtney loved it. Audra says 10s, 10s, 10s across the board. You did not like this episode, Roxy, in the beginning, but by the end, you really liked it. Hey, Jamal. It was so sad, but it was like beautiful at the same time. It was beautiful at the same time. Okay. Jamal liked it as well. So let's start back from the beginning of the episode. So first and foremost, y'all, let me tell you about Ellie. Ellie gets on my damn nerves a strong, like, I would say like a 99.9% of the time, Ellie gets on my nerves. That's what she's supposed to do. But then it'd be like that 0.01% that I'd be like, okay, girl, like, you know, Joel probably should have saved you. But she really do be getting on. She'd be irking my everlasting nerves. And so this is a key example of how she irks my nerves, because when clearly Joel is upset because his side piece situationship, and this is really let y'all know out there, if y'all in situationships right now and you not telling the people that you think that you don't like that you do like that, what if a zombie apocalypse came and then they got infected, and then what you gonna do? Okay, then what you gonna do? See, they were trying to tell some of y'all, they were trying to speak to some of y'all out there and tell y'all to stop playing and wasting people's time, and don't let a good thing leave you. Okay, so Joel is already upset because, you know, his little side piece died, and or she like zombie dead, whatever you want to call it. And so he's clearly upset about his side piece going away. Okay, and so she she said, don't blame me. You made your choice, ho. You wanted to be Captain Save-A-Ho out here, and you wanted to help me because your side piece told you to help me out. So whatever happened to your side piece, that ain't got nothing to do with me. It's not my fault, period. And then I was just like, now, Ellie, I get it. Girl, you right. You right. He made his choice, okay? He made his choice. But there's a thing called time and place, okay? I don't think that was a time nor a place to say that. Clearly, my man is upset. Like, he's clearly upset. Why would you say that? What was your purpose? What were we gonna do? Did you get the house you wanted? Did you get the car you wanted? Did you get that plane ride that you wanted, Ellie? You didn't. So you should have just shut your mouth, because you know you can't protect yourself anyway. I was just like, girl, like, you didn't lie, but can you at least give like a couple of weeks or something before we have this conversation? So they are going on a little walk because he's taking her to see Bill and Frank, because basically he can help her. I mean, they can help them. So she started asking all these questions, which this is when I was like, Ellie, like, you truly get on my nerves with all of these questions. But of course, Joel had to say, like, do you always ask all these damn questions? And clearly she was like, absolutely. So Joel says that he ends up stashing some things at this place. And so, of course, like he tells Ellie to mind your damn business, just stay in one place, don't touch nothing. But what does Ellie do? Okay. What does Ellie do? Ellie goes scavenger hunting because she's so hell bent on getting a gun that I know she can't shoot. So she want a gun. She asks her for a gun. He tell her no. So she going on her own scavenger hunt because she knows that she can't sit still. She can't just mind her business. And so she goes downstairs and then she sees one of the infected. And then the infected is trapped under this rubble. And so she just staring at him. And then he just staring at her. I really feel like if HBO was doing what they needed to do, they would recreate the Diddy meme and they would do the meme between Bella. I keep calling by her real name. They would do a thing between Ellie and then also too with the infected doing like they were just staring at each other, okay? They were staring. She's staring at him like this. And he's standing here like this, like, because he can't move. So he kind of like this and staring at her. So then she take the knife and then she like cut him. And I was like, bitch, why you do that? And then he looking at her like, yeah, bitch, you see I'm trapped. Like, you lucky I'm trapped under this rubble hole or I would have had your ass. And then she ended up stabbing him in the head. Now, I don't know what her purpose was. She's a kid. That's what kids do. It is what it is. So they go back to doing what they need to do. And Mike speak. You gotta keep watching it and come back, Mike. We might still be here, but if you got a long time to go, I'm not gonna be here, okay? So we see that they're walking. And it's crazy because you forget that like we go 20 years ahead after everything has happened, and they are walking and they walk by a plane, and Ellie says that she's never been on a plane. I was like, dang, bitch, you ain't never been on a plane. But then I'm like, oh, you are young. You was born doing all of this. Okay. So it's crazy to think like, she's never been on a plane. So she's asking Joe all these questions because she asked 15 million questions. But it's just crazy to think when she asked him, like, so like, what happened? Like, it was a monkey. And I was like, sis, who had you watch Outbreak? Because I'm pretty sure that's where she got it from. But it was crazy that the whole world turned to crap literally in a weekend. Like one weekend and the world just turned to crap. They talked about how, I don't think this is spoiled. I think they covered this in episode 2. They talk about how you saw when, one of the patient zero got bitten, they were working in a factory that created certain commodities. And so he was talking about how, got into the food supply. And so, this food that they created goes all over the world. And so by Thursday, people picked up the food. By Friday, people were already getting sick. So it's crazy because literally infected people so quickly. And especially when you think about our food supply, the things that we naturally eat all the time. We eat a lot of grains. We eat bread. What if it was in the cereal, the flour? Like, it's just crazy to think how quickly the world, turned to just a hot mess. It just turned to a hot mess that quickly in one weekend. But also, too, it was here to tell y'all to make sure that you pay attention, because if we had better food regulations, then we wouldn't be at the end of the world. But here we are. Kind of, but not really. But honestly, like, it's not that far off that something like this could happen. But yes. So they're walking, and then basically, he was like, hey, let's cut through the field here. And she was like, why? And he was like, because I said so. That ain't what he said, but I know he wanted to say that. And he was like, there's something that's coming up that I don't want you to see. And then she's like, well, ooh, now I want to see it. And I was just like, Joe, I don't even know why you told her that. She don't listen. She hard-headed. It just don't make no sense. So she goes, and then she sees the grave, and now she looking all scared. Like, no, bitch, you wanted to go. You wanted to be a grown-up. You wanted to walk the regular road. You wanted to be an adult, Ellie. Go ahead and adult and look at the little grave. Look at the skeletons. Look at all the innocent people that the military murdered. Okay? Next time you're going to listen. Listen, Ellie, listen. So we go into a backstory, and I really do love, one of the things that I do love about this series is how they're telling you the story that's happening now, but then they still go through flashbacks to really help you show like how the world ended, to show how civilizations, how our food supply betrayed us, how the military betrayed us. I'm saying us like this is real, but I'm just gonna say it's real. But I like how they go into the flashback of how, these people thought that they were going to quarantine zones. And also, too, they thought that they were going to like a safe place. But because the quarantine zones were full, basically they took some of these people and they thought that they were being led to safety, but they were actually being led to their slaughter. These people were murdered. You saw the woman holding her baby. You see the empty scarf with the skeleton, the empty blanket with the skeleton. It was really crazy. Like, damn, like they really just sat there and murdered all of these people. And it's interesting that not only do they show us how people have failed us, but they show us how the government failed us, how there's this new government now. And I really like that they kind of give you these flashbacks, these little antidotes, but it's done in a delicate way. It's not done in a shock value type of way. It really pulls at your heartstrings. Like, you feel for these people who think that they were going to be safe. Like, it's just crazy. Like, I don't know. I love how they balance all of that. So they go into that flashback, and then we're led to one of our main characters of this episode, who is Bill. And so Bill is played by Nick Offerman. And also too, he comes in contact with the character by the name of Frank, who is played by Murray Bartlett. I thought that they were absolutely fantastic in this episode. If I know it's so early because it's like, beach, it's like literally 3 weeks into the year, and you're already talking about awards. We just had the Emmys. Like, let it go, sis. But if they don't submit this episode for like acting nominations, they were fantastic. They were so good. They were literally so good at what they did. I really hope that they do get nominated for Emmys, all of the TV awards. Just give it to them, okay? Because they deserve. All right. So we see that Bill is just on his whole, he's a survivalist, y'all. Okay. He's watched Naked and Afraid. He watches the Discovery Channel. He's probably watching Shark Week right now. Okay. That is who y'all need. Y'all sitting up here looking for some doctors and some lawyers and the little rappers and the basketball players. Y'all need to find somebody who's good with their hands. Y'all need to find somebody who can win an episode of Naked and Afraid, okay? Because what Bill had, Bill knew how to survive, okay? He knew how to survive. So that's what I'm saying. Bill, that's who I'm looking for. I'm going to update all my dating profiles, and I'm going to say, if you're a Bill, swipe right. If you're not a Bill, go ahead and swipe left, because you're not worth my time. You're not worth my time anymore, okay? Y'all think I'm playing, but I'm really going to put that on my dating profile. So, Bill is a survivalist. He's basically hiding in his bunker that he's already had created in case the end of the world comes. He has cameras, honey. Like, he was able to see when the guards, like when the military was in his house. And so basically he hides down in his bunker until like they're clearing out the entire town. My man, he took his neighbor's boat. But I was like, Bill, what you finna do with this boat? Y'all don't live by no water. Like, it don't look like you finna leave your town. Why are you, what are you doing? What are we doing, Bill? So he takes the boat, okay? And so he takes the boat. He goes to Home Depot. He went to like the gas company so he can still have hot water. My man's made sure that he was living his best life, y'all. Had the lawnmower, cutting his grass, keeping the house looking nice. And then he's a gardener too. He was cooking fresh vegetables. Y'all see him with the meats. Y'all saw how he was hanging that meat. That was some good meat right there. So I was just like, yes. Oh, okay, Roxy. Okay, thank you. Because I was definitely like, baby, what is you doing with this boat? Okay, it was help to haul stuff like a trailer. Okay, then I'm gonna take it back. I take it back. So Bill was the man. Bill definitely went to Home Depot. Okay, so he ends up doing all of this. He booby traps everything. Like, we saw one of the infected come up. He has everything booby trapped, shot him in his head. He got everything down. But on top of that, let me tell you about a man, okay? A man that is a cook, okay? Not no cook like, baby, I'm gonna boil you a hot dog and let me boil you an egg. My man was making Michelin star meals. Did y'all see that meal? Did you see how tender that meat was? Y'all, that's the man I need. That's the man I need. I said, you know what, Lord, I come to you today, okay? Because you've been sending a lot of strays my way, and it's just not cutting it. I want you to send me a bill, Lord. Lord, send me a bill. Now, if he a sugar daddy bill, that's fine too. But please just send me a bill that can help survive me. Okay, save me. Pour some wine for me and cook a meal for me, Lord. Okay. Okay, we're just gonna manifest that right now. It's done. He's coming. Bill is coming. Okay. So he ends up we see later that there's another booby trap that happens, and then we see that he catches someone, and that someone is actually Frank. So this whole encounter is kind of funny because he was like, "Are you armed?" And I was like, "Nabil, if he was armed, do you think he was gonna say something?" But then Frank took forever, and he was like, "Well, what took you so long to answer in the first place?" And he was like, "Well, damn, I didn't know. Like, I didn't know what I was supposed to say." So so he ends up letting him come out. My man had the gun to scan to see if he was infected or not. Even Frank was looking like, how do you have all of this? But the part that took me out is Bill literally has a gun on Frank. Then Frank say, hey, like, can I get some food? And I was like, Bill, he got a gun. I mean, I was like, Frank, he got a gun on you. How you gonna ask somebody for food? You need to be begging him not to kill you. Like, I was just like, Frank, what are you doing? Like, are you not embarrassed? What did she say? Are you not embarrassed? Like, why are you asking him all of this? And this man has a gun to your head. But he ends up letting him come in. He lets him take a shower. And so, he makes this gourmet meal, which is this rabbit. It looks really nice. He pairs it with a nice wine. And so things are going good. And notice how, like, they're at the opposite ends of the table. And then as we get deeper into the episode, we see at their last dinner that they have, they're closer together. I really like those like little antidotes of how like they became like even closer. So after they have this meal, clearly Frank ain't got no home training because Frank immediately goes into the living room, starts playing the piano, like went through all of his music and stuff. And I was just like, sir, you can't be that comfortable. Like you truly can't be that comfortable. Like I just don't understand how comfortable you could be to go through somebody's stuff and then you're gonna start playing, and on top of that you playing this man piano and then you can't even sing. How does that work? And look, I was just like oh no, not that. When man, everybody go, I didn't trust Frank either. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't trust Frank either, okay? So he ends up playing the song called A Long, Long Time, which is the song that was by Linda Ronstadt, which I love that's the first song that, they play together. Now, what killed me was when Frank was like, is that for which one of your lady friends was that's about? And then he was like, it wasn't for a lady friend. And he was like, I know. And I was like, not you clocked him already. He was like, I know you ain't got no lady people. And then he kissed them. And I said, look, Frank, I'm not even mad at you right now because my man can cook. He can protect you. You feel safe and protected. And you got a full belly. And he got booze at the same time. Baby, I would have kissed him, slapped him up, sucked him up. And my parents is watching, I'm a virgin. But I'm just saying, if we in the middle of the zombie apocalypse, I feel like you would just tell the Lord to like, let this one go. My daughter trying to fight for her life right here. So I was just like, I would have did the same thing. I wasn't even mad at Frank. So Frank kissed him and he said, baby, he said, go take a shower. Now, it was going to be something. When he told him to go take that shower, when he said go take a shower, Frank said, I'm finna blow your back out. That's how y'all know that the food was good, okay? Even outside of him just fighting for his life to survive, because he was the only 1 out of 10 who was trying to make it from the Baltimore QZ area to the Boston one. I just want to let y'all know, like, that's how you know the food was good. The food was good. That he had already clocked him. He played that man a song trying to seduce him, even though he couldn't sing. And then on top of that, he told him, go take your shower, honey, because I'm finna put in that work. You put in that work in the kitchen, I'm finna put in that work on your back, okay? I'm just saying, don't act like y'all wasn't thinking this. Fine. Try to be all cute and stuff, okay? So he has his shower, and this scene is so cute. Like, I almost said Nick because that's his real name. Bill walks into the room. You can tell he's nervous. And, you know, after he asks him, like, you know, have you done this before? He was like, only with a girl before a really, really long time ago. And so you saw he removed his towel before he could even get in the bed. Like, he wanted to first look and be like, let me see what position I'm assuming. And then he looked and he told him to come get in the bed. And then he was like, let me tell you something. I'm not no whore, okay? I don't be sitting up here whoring myself out just for some little rabbit, okay? Just because you can cook don't mean I'm finna be out here slanging my thing just for anybody. And then he was like, but since we doing this, you know, I'm going to be here for a couple of more days. I said, so is you hoeing or not? Because I thought you were just going to be here, you know, not for a long time, just for a good time. And now you sitting up here talking about you're going to be here for a couple of more days. But I guess he put it down real good because days turn into 3 more years. My man's is like living together. They arguing. Frank wants to tidy up the whole area. Bill ain't having it. And so they're going back and forth. And then he tells him that he met this lovely lady on the radio, which is Tess. And then Tess and Joel, they're having this dinner with him, this lunch with him. Bill is just not with the ish. He got the gun pointed at them like, I don't care if you want friends, ho. I'm out here trying to protect the both of us, okay? Roxy, how you gonna sit up here and tell me that you've been talking to somebody else? Now, what if they would have came and killed everybody? What if they would have came and killed everyone? It didn't even make any sense. So, you said Frank was on some HT. I was like, okay, Blue, let's talk about this. Because I said, Frank, who coming over? And even if they coming over, do you really think that they care what the house look like? I mean, Frank was trying to just find some normalcy in the apocalypse and what everything that's going on. I get it. But I was still just like, baby, who coming in to do all of this? Who is really coming to see what your house looking like? It just didn't make any sense to me, okay? So we see that Joel ends up having a conversation. First of all, I know that it's crazy I haven't even brought this up. Y'all, let me tell you something. When I was watching these screeners, and shout out to HBO for hooking your girl up with screeners, literally had to give my firstborn child away just to get them, but hey, here we are. Pedro Pascal is fine. And I just felt so blessed to be able to watch this series and just have dreams about Pedro and how we were happy together, that we were in a loving relationship, that we were fulfilled in our lives. I just want to thank HBO for allowing me to experience that. Even though all you did was change his hair color, he's still fine even 20 years older. But he can get it. And I just wanted to take a moment to say that because I just feel like we have to appreciate people when they're fine, and we have to let them know that they're fine and when they're zaddy. And it's just like, no matter how like rough they try to make him look, he just always can get it. It just doesn't matter. And that's a man right there. You can get it at any point in time. That's a man. That is a creation from above. Okay. So I just wanted to know that what they say, God must have spent a little more time on you. Okay, I'm sorry, because I know y'all hate when I'm singing. So, okay, back to the story. Okay. So Bill ends up, like, they come to an agreement that they're going to be trading back and forth. And so then we also learned the codes. Like, remember, we were hearing the music. And then we understood that like 80s, like the decades depends on like what's happening. So if it's 80s music playing, you know, that means trouble. So yeah. So I like that we got like a little bit backstory on everything and understanding what all of that is. So we see that Joel tells him before he leaves, which was foreshadowing, and was basically like, hey, like you need to make sure that you're taking care of the fence. But also too, like we know that the military is not going to come and you're fine with the effect they get into you. But at the end of the day, like there's going to be raiders who come and they're going to come at night and they're going to be armed. Now, I thought that like, I get it was a foreshadow, but damn, like y'all could have at least let 10 minutes go by. As soon as the scene is over, it's nighttime. And what happens? Raiders come. Now he booby trapped them. He set most of them on fire. But we see that Bill ends up getting shot. And then it was like Bill knew this was happening. He's a survivalist, so he has to plan for the worst. So he tells Frank, like, you need to call Joel. You need to let him know you're in trouble. You can't be here by yourself. And he was like, I'm not gonna be here by myself. Like, Beast, you finna survive. I'm not finna sit up here and be by myself. And so I thought he was really finna die. But then I was like, well, this is an hour and 20 minutes episode. So it's clear they were gonna have more people. This got more time left, so he can't die yet. So we see that he ends up surviving, and then we go to another 10 years in the future. We go 10 years to the present day, or close to present day, where we see that Frank is in a wheelchair. He's ill. And Bill has basically become a full-time caretaker for Frank. We see that he's having trouble painting. You can tell that he's in a lot of pain. And so this is when it just gets even crazier, because we see how he has to help him up to get into the bed. And when he wakes up, he sees that Frank is sitting in the chair, and he basically tells him, like, honey, I'm tired. Like, today is going to be my last day. And so this really weird Bill out. He's not happy about it, but reluctantly he agrees. And he was just like, let's just make this a good day. Like, this is my last day on earth. And it's just crazy because I just want this to be a good day with you. And then we see they get married. They take this stroll outside. They're just having this great day. And did y'all see that he cooked them the same meal that he cooked the first time? Get you a man that even on the day that he finna kill you because you want to do some type of suicide, that stuff I don't want to trigger anyone. But the fact that he cooked the same meal, the first meal that they had, it was plated the same, it looked the same, he had the same wine. I said, Lord, where is my bill? Why is he only on the TV screen? Send him to me. That's love right there. That's love right there. Okay, the attention to detail. Okay, y'all, to really play everything the same way. And then the fact that you see at the beginning of the episode when they have their first meal together, they're at the opposite ends of the table. And then as they have their final meal together, they're closer together. And I was just like, and so he goes and gets another bottle of wine, and he tells him it's time. And he crushed all them pills up, and he put it in his wine glass. And then Bill basically tell him, like, baby, I didn't been spiked our glass. There's enough stuff in there to kill a horse. And when he said, like, Beach, let me read this, okay? Because it's just too much for me. It's too much. But when he told him that he said, I'm satisfied, and he said, like, you're my purpose. So, like, if you're not here, then I'm not here. And they went upstairs and just went to sleep. I was like, this is a love story, y'all. This is like two opposites attract, and somehow you find love and tenderness in the middle of an apocalypse. Like, it was so freaking beautiful. Wait, what did Amanda say? Like, Amanda, I am claiming that for all of us, like, because it was just so beautiful. Like, I just don't understand. I just don't understand. People are loving to forget that the game is actually about humanity and the loss of it, and that includes love. The only reason that Joel is the way he is because he lost his daughter, and love is what keeps us going. That's so beautiful, Amanda. You need to go write for the show, though. That was really beautiful. It just, and that's why I think, like, it is different than The Walking Dead, because I feel like they just go even deeper. Like, it's not necessarily about the conflict or how, humanity becomes violent or, becomes evil in a way. It's about the things that still keep us who we are. That's why all these episodes, it still tugs at the heartstrings. And that's what I really like about The Last of Us. And that's what I really feel like, even if you haven't played the game, and even the fact, like, y'all, if you haven't played, this is why I say you don't need to play the game to understand what's happening in the story, because this definitely has nothing to do with the game. Like, this is the furthest departure that they had from the game in this entire season. with this story, but I really love what they did with the story. It's just so beautiful because you really don't get out. You definitely don't get all of that with Bill and Frank, and I think Frank's already gone, but they just did so well with this episode. Like if you're gonna depart from the source material, make some ish like this because this was just absolutely beautiful. So Joel and Ellie, they make it to Bill's place. Joel already knew what was up because he saw the flowers and stuff was dead. The place hadn't been kept up. So he was already just like, something isn't right. They go into the house, there's dust everywhere. Clearly hasn't been kept up in quite some time. And so then because Ellie don't know how to mind her damn business, she ends up finding the note that Bill left for Joel. And of course, she just opens it and starts reading it. And I was just like, I mean, she did ask for permission to read it, but I was like, Beach, you might as well. You didn't open his damn note because I know that Ellie's name wasn't on it. It didn't say, Ellie, please open. She really be getting on my nerves, y'all. Like, she be the reason why I be like, this is why I can't have kids. I love kids. I want kids. But it be kids like her to be making me feel like, okay, sorry. So she's reading a note. And then when she's reading a note, and when basically in the note, when Bill says that there was only one person, like he used to he was happy when everybody died and went away, but then he found someone and he realized there was one person worth saving, and I saved him and I protected him. And then when he said, use those weapons to keep Tess safe, yeah. And it's one of those things, like, I think Joel has been so consumed by, he lost his daughter. And I think that Joel just wasn't ready to let love in. I don't think he was ready to love Tess or be there for Tess, because in order for him to do that, he would have to reconcile what happened to his daughter. And so the fact that now that he feels like he could do something like that Tess is actually gone, he probably thought he had more time with her. So just get into that part. It was just, it was a lot. It was a lot. It was a whole lot. But Joel snatched a little thing from her hands. And basically, I'm so happy Joel found this battery, child, because Joel was looking for this damn battery for 2 episodes. So I'm happy that he found a battery. He tells Ellie that he's going to take her to his brother, who used to be a firefly, so he'll probably know where the other fireflies are. Then he gives her rules, and first she's trying to bring up Tess again, and I was just like, why do you keep bringing up Tess? Clearly, it's just, let's just not talk about it. Let's not say anything, Ellie. Why do you keep bringing up Tess' name? Just shut up. Just shut up. So he tells her, look, ho. He didn't call her no ho because she is a child. But he probably wanted to say look, ho, or beesh, whatever. He tells her 3 rules, okay? Don't bring up Tess. Don't bring up Tess no more, okay? I forgot what rule 2 was, because then he went to rule 3 and said, whatever I say, do. And I was like, now, first of all, that's not going to be followed. She didn't even look like she was sincere when she tried to repeat it, saying whatever you say goes. She already knew that she was going to disobey you, okay? So I don't even know why you gave her that rule. So then she has her one cute moment. She always gets one cute moment of the episode when she told Joel, you need to go take a shower because you stink too. So she takes a shower. He takes a shower. They establish a place for things that they need. She tries to ask for a gun again. He said hell to the no, no, no. And I was just really confused why she keep asking the same question, expecting a different outcome. And so then they end up getting in the car. She found a gun, which I was just like, this is so terrible. I know this girl can't shoot no gun. I know nothing good's gonna come out of this. But she found her gun. Let her do her. But when Joel came out of that shower, with that hair slicked back, he had that hair slicked back. All I needed to do was like, hey, Mom, what's up? I can protect you. I can shelter you. I can do whatever you need me to do. Okay? So he was looking like a whole little snack. They end up finally getting this battery charged, child. And then they pack up the truck. And then when they get in the car, what song plays? Long, Long Time by Linda Ronstadt. And they drive off they drive off into, the distance. Now, Eric, if this was any other child, if this was like Carl from The Walking Dead, sure. But you know that girl don't know how to shoot no dang on gun. I wouldn't trust her because she'd probably end up shooting me. Hell no, I ain't giving her no gun, okay? I'm just saying. So that first episode, in the first episode, Ellie saw Joel kill Fedra to protect her. That woke up the savageness we will soon get to witness. I would have took 2 guns if I was Ellie. I don't think he was going to let them go. Looking like a little snack. Oh, I forgot to talk about the scene where they found the strawberries, because that was so cute. He grew some strawberries, and they was really finna break down crying when they saw them damn strawberries. Ellie only know how to stab a knife because he was trapped in all the rubble. Okay, he does need to train Ellie. I do agree with that. Y'all can't be giving all the secrets away, y'all. They better have packed up. No, I don't think they packed all them guns up. Let me see. What else did I miss? Ellie has such a dark side. She has a fascination with her non-death and this infection, and she's carrying from her past situation. I can't wait to see it get explored. Miss Pleasantly Plum said, I love this episode because I didn't have to hide behind my throw blanket to avoid scary scenes. Joel loved Tess, and she knew it. Joel protected Tess, and Tess protected him. That is love in this world. Not the adult magazine. Joel has to be vulnerable. He has to be transparent. I definitely agree. All right, Johnny boy. Okay, now Eric, this is the part that did send me. I was like, so y'all training these people in school, these kids in school, why wouldn't you be training them on how to shoot and everything? Like, I was just kind of confused. I honestly felt like everybody should be going through that training, but it was just weird that they did it. When they show the view of Joel and Ellie in the truck driving off, and you see the view from the window that Bill and Frank left open so the place wouldn't smell. It was so beautiful. It was just like everything was like so well thought out in this episode. And I just thought that it's one of the most beautiful pieces of television that I've seen in quite some time, that you didn't need all the like sexual things to understand like this unspoken love that these two people have. I just thought it was just so well done. Like, I don't understand. I mean, Carol was also shooting kids, killing kids, telling them to smell the flowers on The Walking Dead too. I ain't gonna never get over that. But yeah. Are you saying like she's 14? So like, why would she need to know how to shoot people or what? Because I don't think them little clickers care how old you are. Oh, definitely, because they need them to need them. They need the regular people to need the military or Fedra. I just call them military because same stuff, different day. So yeah, I really like this episode. I really, really like this episode. This was one of my favorite episodes in the season. Not to say the rest of the season isn't good, but I just really enjoyed a love story in the middle of a survival story. I thought that was really dope. Is there anything that I missed or anything that y'all needed me to cover? Because, it's my bedtime. I would love to go to bed, take this makeup off that I've been holding on to all day. So yeah, I'm excited to see next week's episode. I don't know if I'm going to keep doing lives. Because do y'all feel like it's not a lot of people, like, kind of watching reviews and stuff? Like, or is it just because the Chiefs and the Bengals game was on today? What do y'all think? Because I'm trying to debate, should I just keep doing lives or should I just do a pre-recorded recap of the episode? I mean, y'all still going to get a video regardless. Just, would you prefer it to be live or would you prefer it to be I just don't know. Well, next week's not an hour and 30 minutes, but yeah. Like, would you rather be alive or would you rather be a pre-recorded thing? It's the game. Yeah, I was like watching and rewatching this episode, and then I was like checking the game the whole time. So I was just like, maybe it's just because everybody watching this dang on game. Okay, give it another live and decide from there. Thank you. My little Tarjay. Oh my goodness, maybe I should do something where I have like my hair and like little pigtails at the bottom because I'm really liking what this side is giving right now. But this side is still just doing what it want to do. Hey Nathan, Pro Bowl. Do people be watching the Pro Bowl though? Do people be watching the Pro Bowl? Yes, no, maybe. Super Bowl. I do know when the Super Bowl is because they get 2 weeks off. So yeah. All right. Well, if y'all ain't got no more questions or y'all don't want to cover anything else, then I guess I'm gonna give y'all time back. What you're enjoying in the TV show is the many flashbacks to the outbreak, mainly the one in Indonesia. Yeah. Do you think HBO isn't doing enough promo? I thought that they had the highest premiere for The Last of Us. I think they feel like they don't have to do as much because there's already a built-in audience, and then it's just a good show on top of that. Do you feel like people? I mean, I feel like people are. I don't know because I did go and look because I was out of town the first 2 weeks, and but I did see a lot of people. I was looking at the people who I watch on YouTube to see what their previous weeks were doing, and they didn't seem to be doing that much. So I don't know. It's weird because I know it's a lot of people watching, but it's not a lot of people watching like recaps and stuff. So I don't know what to think about that. We'll see next week. I mean, y'all really think that do y'all think that people gonna be watching the Pro Bowl like that? There are a lot of reaction videos. It's just for the subscribers that people have. I'm trying to like test this hairstyle at the same time. They still just don't seem to be getting as many views. So I just didn't know what to expect. And even for me, but also too, I'm probably not in the algorithm since I ain't posted a video in God knows how long. So it could just be everybody's watching the game and people haven't watched. I'm sorry, my boobs hurt. And people haven't watched the episode because people were watching the other game. So maybe that's just what it is. What's the Pro Bowl? I think the Pro Bowl is when they take the best of the best from all of the NFL teams and then they play in what is it, the East and the West? I'm sure I did say that right. Does somebody want to explain does someone would like to mansplain Pro Bowl to us? I know a couple people I know did say they wanted to binge it, so they haven't been watching it. So the lives are more active. You didn't work out Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, but then you saw my IG post. Okay, Al. Hey, I got a knee injury, so I haven't been to Orange Theory because my knee is like really messed up. So I did my Peloton today, but I'm gonna get back in there. It's still swollen a little bit. It's the best players from all the teams, AFC versus the NFC. Okay. I only watched this show because of my husband paid. Why, I thought you were talking about your real husband. Child. Hey, AK. How are you? Look, I'm just saying. These cuts and gameplay made by HBO are making the story shorter than the adaptation. Top players from the East and West regions battle it out for fun. I mean, none of the main people are going to be playing because they got a Super Bowl in 2 weeks. They turn it into flag football this year. Wait, are you being serious? Is flag football? Well, I'm glad you're on the mend, AK. Well, I'm gonna take my behind the bed and actually try to get 8 hours of sleep. Um, let me know what questions y'all have. I'm going to see Knock at the Cabin tomorrow night. So yeah. So I will talk to y'all next week. Cause I think I'll be here. It might just be 1 week I won't be able to do a live. I don't know. I gotta look at that. But yeah, I hope that everyone has an amazing start to their week tomorrow. Protect your peace. Don't let nobody steal your joy. Wash your hands, wash your ass, and be nice to somebody, okay, y'all? I love y'all so much. Love y'all 3,000. And I will chat with y'all next week on Sunday, okay? Bye, y'all. Mwah.